Welcome back to the Fastbreak-Podcast. This is episode 53. This is Moses' second time on the podcast. He was on here with Bryce. Shout out to Bryce. We talked playoffs, we talked trades. And now the Kings didn't really do anything, so what did I say? I said 32.
You said 52.
I said 32.
I'm pretty sure you said 52, but it's fine.
Let's see. Oh yeah. No, we're 53. We passed 52.
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it is.
Hi, Bryce.
Okay, episode. Still getting the hang of this, guys. It's episode 53. I'm excited. First episode in the new house.
Portland.
This is what the setup's gonna be looking like. We've touched down here in Portland.
It might vary here and there, but
Oh yeah. It is gonna change a little bit when I hang up more stuff. Get some more stuff.
like that.
Frame some stuff. So yeah, it's gonna change a little bit, but I'm really excited for this off season. We're gonna have some fun content coming out for you guys. And today we're just gonna be talking a little bit about recap of the playoffs, who we think's gonna win the finals, and who the Kings could maybe even possibly get in the off season, because the Kings are looking to do some trading and signing this off season. At least they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first off, let's go straight into it. Let's do. Do you want to do? Who is your playoffs MVP? Like, who do you think did the best in the playoffs? Because we watched a little bit of the playoffs.
Yeah, we didn't watch all of it because we kind of stopped after the Kings lost and then kind of rejoined during the
and also we didn't have Wi-Fi
conference.
for like 2 weeks, so.
Yeah. I would say, from my watchings of the playoffs, I'd say the MVP of the playoffs, even though I didn't want them to win, it's probably Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Because even though I didn't want the Mavericks to win,
Yeah.
I wanted the Timberwolves to win, but they still did incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie combined on their last game almost was the same amount of points as the entire Timberwolves, which is insane.
Yeah, You see, I really liked what the Mavericks had against the Timberwolves. You know, the Timberwolves, of course, are a nice young team filled with lots of young talent. And for the Mavericks to beat them, I think, is huge for their franchise, especially. And I think I think the MVP is definitely, like, the Mavericks. Like, I think they did, like, the best they could have done. They had the hardest road there. The Celtics kind of just, like, breezed through there pretty easily. But the Mavericks had to fight through that. So I think my MVP for the Mavericks, honestly, because Luka and Kyrie are going to give it to you every single night. But I think Derek Lively, the center, he did a great job. You know, he was taking blows to the face and stuff, and he was just grabbing boards, passing the ball a little bit, getting some easy dunks. And I think he was huge for the Mavericks, and he was gone in one of the games, and that was the one game they lost. So I think he's just such a huge impact on this team, and I think he's going to do great in the playoffs. So I think
Finals.
Derek Lively, the finals, yeah, same thing. Not really, though, yeah. But yeah, I think Derek Lively the second is my MVP for the Mavericks. But I also really liked Anthony Edwards in the playoffs. That was fun, but he kind of disappeared in the Mavericks versus Timberwolves. He only shot 20. He only averaged 20 points and 33% from the field, which isn't great. Which is only hitting like
1/3 of shots.
1/3 of shots, a little less than that.
No, 30.
A little more than that.
0.3 less.
Yeah.
Repeat.
So that's not great, but I think he's just continuing to get better and better. I think he's only like 24, so he's a lot more career left in him. But the Timberwolves, I watched this video the other day. The Timberwolves are kind of at question because of salary cap, so they're going to have to get rid of somebody. It looks like they're getting rid of Karl Anthony Towns. So that's going to be interesting on how that's going to be for this next season. And Mike Conley has a player option, so he could leave if he wants to. So if Cat leaves, he might leave. So that might
It'll
be
affect
bad.
the team.
Yeah. But, you know, we'll see.
But it also opens up more cap space for if they want to get another player this offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's some decent free agents out there.
Yeah, like Paul George.
Paul George. Yeah, that's someone I want the Kings to get.
Mm-hmm. Paul George and the Kings would be insane. But I feel like when Paul George leaves, I don't know if Kawhi will want to stay on the Clippers, so he might request a trade or demand a trade.
Yeah.
And that would be really bad for the Clippers because I watched this other video about that, and they said that that they almost have like no picks for their future.
Yeah. You see, it could really go a lot of different ways with the Paul George thing. I think Paul George, let's say he goes to Sacramento, I think the Clippers for sure are going to make another trade this offseason, either dealing Kawhi Leonard for some picks or keeping him and kind of surrounding him by some better role players and maybe another superstar, because if they do that, they're going to really have only like 1 or 2 more years to be able to keep this together. But yeah, we'll see. So finals. No, let's not do finals. Let's go to Kings stuff. Huh.
Pen going. The pen.
It's fine.
Okay.
So, what was I saying? We could talk a little bit about the Kings. So Paul George, because like the Sacramento Kings roster, I mean it's all right. Yeah, let me go to the Sacramento Kings roster here.
Well, that's another free agent, Malik Monk.
Yeah. So it looks like I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we sign him back. But I was thinking we deal, let's say the Clippers do a sign and trade with Paul George, which is where the Clippers sign Paul George and then they immediately trade him. So I think we should do that. We'll give them Harrison Barnes and either Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter, and one of our like late draft picks, like our 54th pick or something for Paul George, which I think would be good. Maybe Paul George and then like another like bad player or something. But I think dream scenario for the Kings this offseason is to get Paul George, or draft someone good in the draft that we can.
Bronny. Just kidding.
No, I don't want
to. LeBron James to Sacramento.
No, LeBron's not coming to Sacramento. I mean, he did play his first game in Sacramento, so he might, but I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I think the Kings this season, they at least need to draft a big, which they could go a few different ways. I only know a few. I don't know a whole lot, but Zach Edey is one of them. He averaged 30 for Purdue in college season. He's just tall though, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. And Kyle Filipowski, who played for Duke, he was really good too. And that's someone that the Kings could play at the 4 position. Which is what they need to upgrade for. And then they can move Keegan Murray to the small forward position.
Which
I think
be at anyway.
Yeah, I think that would be nice. But yeah, I think that's it for the Kings. I think the really only big target they have for free agency wise is Paul George, because
and Malik Monk, but
well, of course, yeah. I think those are for free agency. What's more interesting to me is maybe Brandon Ingram, because the Pelicans are kind of a mess right now and they need a little switch up. And what we probably have to do though is, because they're not just gonna take Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter for it. So I think we might have to throw in Malik Monk. We trade Malik Monk and Harrison Barnes and like our 54th pick for BI, which I think is good. I think it's a good trade. One, because we need to upgrade from Harrison Barnes. I don't like getting rid of Malik Monk, but you gotta trade some good to get some good, you know. But I like that trade. I know a lot of people don't love that trade, but me personally, I like that trade. I think that could go good for Sacramento. But moving on from the Kings and going into finals predictions, so we got the Mavericks versus the Celtics. So this could go
Celtics in 4.
Celtics in 4.
Yeah. No, Celtics in 5.
5.
Because no offense to Dallas Mavericks, I mean Luka's gonna do great, and so will Kyrie. But I feel like in the the... Oh, just forget I said it.
Western Conference Final.
No, I had a train of thought.
What were you talking about?
I was talking about how I think the Celtics will win in 5. Just because Luka and Kyrie, like, they're doing great. Like, they're going to do good. Like, they're going to average, like, 30 points a game. But I feel like Jason Tatum is just going to provide... I feel like the Celtics just can provide a better defense and a better match for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. See, I think the Celtics are really good, really well-rounded. You know, they have Derek White, they have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
And then just some other serviceable players and bigs. So I think they're definitely a good, well-rounded team. But I think the Mavericks, I mean, they really fought for it. They've beaten the Timberwolves. They've done the Thunder, the Clippers. And yeah, I think that they really battled through this. The Clippers were like one of the leads to win this, and they beat them in 6. And then the Mavericks beat the Thunder in 6 too, and then they beat the Timberwolves in 5. Like, there hasn't even been a Game 7 for them yet. I think the Celtics have just found it so easy that they're not going to be ready for what the Mavericks have to give them. So I'm gonna say I think they're gonna go to Game 7. I think the Mavericks are gonna win. Because I think Mavericks are just going to shoot the lights out. You know, they have Tim Hardaway. Who else they got? They got Seth Curry. They got Luka Doncic. They got Kyrie Irving. They got Derek Lively who could grab boards. So I would like to see the Mavericks in 7, but it's gonna be tough to beat this Celtics team because
I feel like the Celtics haven't had the need to try yet, while the Mavericks haven't been trying this entire time.
Yeah.
For the Thunder and the Timberwolves, they've had to, like... Because those are really good teams, and they've beaten them, but the Mavericks, like, Luka and Kyrie have scored, like 30. Or, like, they both scored, like, 40 on their last game, Game 5.
Yeah.
And, but the Celtics haven't had the need to try yet, because there's less competition, besides the Pacers, which they destroyed in 4. So I feel like to counter the thing that you said where they're not going to be prepared because they haven't needed to try, I feel like because they haven't needed to try, they're going to destroy the Mavericks.
Yeah. You see, they're definitely going to have a lot of energy. And I forgot they also have Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford, which are both very great players too. But I don't know, man. The Celtics always choke in these scenarios. Like,
that's true.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, when I look at this Mavericks team, I think the Celtics are gonna destroy. It's just I don't know, man. The Mavericks have been playing really good. I don't know if they have anything left in the tank, but if they definitely do, I think they could definitely beat this Celtics team, and I hope they do because I don't want to see the Celtics win another championship. But. You know, the Celtics are a great team. They've done a great job against all the Eastern Conference teams, but I think the Mavericks have have it in them.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the NBA draft. Let's go to that real quick. Actually, no. I want to look at free agents. NBA.
Free agents.
Yep. 24. Just to see who's out there, because I just really know. Paul George, is probably 25. Oh, no, it's 23.
24. Not 23.
No, but it has DeMar DeRozan on here.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan's a free agent?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Why would it be 23? Put up 23, 24.
Free agents. Broski, what is going on?
Yeah, it's just 24 miles. Go to the Kings, and if it's like...
Free agents for upcoming NBA season.
Yeah. And that's 2024 free agents. That's it.
Okay, yeah, okay. We got LeBron James, Paul George, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, James Harden, Pascal Siakam, Gordon Hayward, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, buddy. Yeah, so there's a lot of guys out here. Yeah. So if the Kings don't want to go for like huge superstar, which makes sense because I don't think they'll do that. They could definitely go for
a role player like.
I mean, Pascal Siakam's gonna re-sign, but see, a lot of these players are gonna re-sign. We could go with like some veteran leadership, I guess, Gordon Hayward, but I don't love that.
What about Bruce Brown?
Ooh, Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown. Yeah, it might not be bad. He has a huge contract though. I'd rather get DeMar DeRozan. So I think DeMar DeRozan's also a great option. I think we know OG Anunoby's gonna re-sign, which I hope we got him. So 2 players, what I'm seeing on here. I'm seeing DeMar DeRozan and Luke Kennard. I like those 2 guys because DeMar DeRozan could play that shooting guard or small forward position, which the Kings really need. And Luke Kennard's a great shooter that the Kings also need as well. So, yeah, and see, there's Malik Monk on here.
There's Rashawn Holmes.
But yeah, there's a lot of guys on here that the Kings have potential to get. But I think the Kings should be looking at is Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, and Luke Kennard. At least getting Luke Kennard, you gotta pick him up. I think he'll be a great fit for this Kings team. Great shooter. So.
What position does Luke Kennard play?
He's playing shooting guard. Yeah, shooting guard. Yeah, so I think he'd be a great guy to get. But. Yeah, I think the draft and free agency is super key for the Kings. Like, they have to take advantage of this because this might be I think this is the last good draft pick the Kings are going to have unless they suck next season. Like, the last decent one, because I think we have 17, 15? Yeah, we have 15. 15 or 14, I can't remember. But we have one of those, somewhere in that range. But I think we definitely have to take advantage of that in free agency because that'll be huge for the Kings if we want to do trades towards the future.
All I gotta say is Bronny James is in the draft and LeBron James is a free agent.
Yeah. That would be crazy if the Kings get Bronny James and then we get LeBron James to Sacramento. I don't know how that'll go. I don't know if that'll be good or bad, but
I feel like it would be neither. It wouldn't be good and it wouldn't be bad because it's LeBron James. Like,
let's be honest, LeBron has like 2 more years on him and he has a huge contract. Well, his contract's hopefully not going to be as big as it is now. Like, let's hope. And Bronny James, I think he said he compares himself to Drew Holiday or like a Davion Mitchell kind of player. I think he's going to be kind of like a Davion Mitchell where like he hustles on defense and he can knock down some threes. So I don't think he's going to be like a great player, but he could definitely be like a serviceable like bench player.
But maybe. I watched another video about Bronny James. It was by AM Hoops. It pointed out that besides the draft combine, he's been poor from the shooting. It's not his strength. He's not a great shooter, except he was at the draft combine, but that's it. And for his high school, he was enlisted at 6'4", but really he's 6'1". So he's basically a Trae Young that's not great at shooting.
He's 6'2".
Yeah.
He can still grow too. Russell Westbrook grew.
That's true, because he's in high school.
Russell Westbrook grew like 4 inches when he was in the NBA.
Because he is in high school, isn't he?
No, he's not. He's in college.
Oh, college. My bad.
And if he doesn't get drafted, he could be another year in college, and who knows where he would be from now. So, yeah. So I think we can end it on there. Yeah. We talked free agency. We talked finals. We talked playoffs. All that good stuff. I should be making an episode probably. Well, I'll make an episode maybe in a couple weeks. Start of the first few games of the final. See what we think. But thanks most for being on. It's your second time. Sure, there'll be more. That's it for episode 53. And we'll see you guys next time. That was good.